Okay.
Okay. So now that we talked about the ways that we save money, I want to discuss the ways that Professor Simpson was talking to me about saving money. First thing he says to do is open a checking and savings account. The checking account should be used for spending and stuff like that, and the savings account needs to be used to put money aside and leave it there. A lot of banks, and he picked Bank of America specifically, they offer a change program, so that way if you have a checking and a savings account, the way it works is on your debit card, if you purchase something for $8.45, Bank of America will take out $9 and put that remaining 55 cents into your savings account for you.
That just sounds kind of strange to me. Like, I mean, I understand where it's how it's working, but I wouldn't want to spend like $8.01 and have it put almost $1 in the thing.
Yeah, that's nothing too. But he was telling me that, it's very surprising how fast that the money adds up by doing that.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, it's like spending cash. Whenever you spend cash, all you do is throw your change, and like I throw it in my cup holder in my car.
Mm-hmm. Mine's on my desk in my room.
Yeah. And so I'm sure if I counted all that up, I would have probably $10 worth of change.
I went to the bank a couple weeks ago. I had like $25. I was like, man. And that'd only been like maybe 2 months of just change, which shows how much money I spent.
And that's basically what they do with Bank of America.
But you get tips, don't you, Gabe?
No, not anymore.
Oh.
I did last night because I was filling
that's
it
what
for.
I'm saying. I mean, I don't get a lot of change because I just use my debit card.
Well, I have cash though. Like a lot of times, I get cash out just to have cash throughout the week.
That's probably something I should do.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the topic. Another way you can do it is you can also set up an automatic transfer each month from your checking account to your savings. So, for example, $25 per month, or you can transfer a percentage, like 5% of your paycheck. So you deposit a paycheck of $200 and it'll put $10 into your savings account from that check. That's pretty nice. Like, I think that'd be useful. Or either a set amount or percentage. I feel like a percentage would be better because sometimes, depending on how many hours you work, your check could vary.
I like that. I should probably start doing that. That's actually a really good idea.
And this is what Christian was just talking about. If you use cash a lot, you get a jar, pull out all your loose change, and deposit it into the bank every couple of months. That's what Christian and I were just talking about. We have a bunch of loose change lying around. It does add up. I put $25 in the bank a couple weeks ago, and he said he pulled it out of his car, and it was like $10. That's pretty sweet.
I have a piggy bank, and I just wait till that fills up. And I should have about $20 to $30 every other year, possibly.
You wouldn't happen to have a Deadpool piggy bank, would you?
I don't. It's a robot, silver robot.
That's what that is?
Yeah.
I've always wondered what that thing was. I was like, all right,
he just really likes that.
I got it at Target like a few years ago.
All right. Now, this is a really big one, and I want to make sure I get completely through it before you guys have any commentary because there's a lot to it, okay?
A lot of numbers.
Yeah.
It's all right.
A lot of big numbers. So
it's all right.
Another thing you can do is to start saving for retirement by opening an IRA fund. I know this sounds kind of crazy, like retirement, but the best time to start it is now. Like if you start when you're 18 to 20 years old and you put $500 each year in your IRA account, you do that for 50 years. And when you get to that retirement age, you'd be shocked how much money it adds up. $500 might seem like a lot of money for someone of our age, but that's $10 a week. I can salvage $10 a week, honestly. And he said, Professor Simpson was saying if you put in $500 per year for 50 years and you have a return of 5% per year, you'll end up with over $100,000. And if your average return is 10%, you'll end up with $500,000. So just stuff like that. I mean, that's something if you want to do it, start doing it now. So by the time you're getting up there in age, you can pull it out and you'll have a nice little chunk of change.
Yeah, so give up a takeout lunch once a week.
Yeah.
So that you've got a house when you're old.
Or just a really, really, really nice
burger.
Okay, buy back all those burgers you saved on.
My dad has been pushing this retirement, this exact paragraph that Gabe just read. I mean, he's been telling me to do that since I was 18, and I've yet to do it.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad that just like, I mean, I know that it's a good idea. It's just I don't do it.
Those six figures are really is making me sad.
I know.
Yeah. My aunt's actually a tax agent, and she's told all of me and my siblings that we need to do this because we'll have a lot of money when we're older.
Yeah.
And it's just young people like us don't really think about the future that far ahead.
I mean, it's hard for us to think about the future. It's hard for me to think about the future. And once I think about that, which I think about maybe when I'm 30 to 40 years old, I get like a panic attack. Because it's like, oh my God, like, what's going to happen in 20 years?
It's not that bad for me. I mean, I think what's going to happen, but I'm not like, oh my God,
Well, it's just,
I don't want to be 40.
Well, it's just, and that may be the reason why that I don't put money away is probably because I don't want to look that far into the future. But I mean, it's probably
A good
really,
idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It really is.
I put money back because I want to know that I'm going to have stability in my future.
Yeah, and so
Because I don't want to have to depend on somebody in my, like, I want to be able to do it on my own.
And that's
See, she's one of those old people in a young person.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
87.
I take out, between $25 and $50 a week, and that adds up because now I'm gonna be able to pay off my car, and I'm gonna have a pretty good amount of change in my backup account in case something happens. So I mean,
Yeah.
stuff like that's great. Back to what he was telling me. Yeah, $10 per week. He was saying that McDonald's, for an average meal at McDonald's, is like $7. And so if you eat out like 1 or 2 less times each week, that's money you could just put in your retirement fund, and you'll end up with around $500 per year. And then, then all those big fancy numbers that make me sad start to happen many years later.
I'd be happy with just like $50,000. Just see that on my bank account.
Well,
I remember before I started college, like when I was still in high school, because I worked a lot, and all I did was save my money. In the span of 3 months, I bought an iPad. I got in a car wreck and paid $900 to get the other person's vehicle fixed. That wasn't even including what I paid. I don't remember what I paid. And I spent however much on a new TV and a PlayStation. That was in span of 2.5 months. And I still had about $900 left in my bank account. Well, then I put a big down payment on my car. And since then, I haven't been able to save properly. I've had money in my account, but not as much as I used to. I used to have 4 figures in there all the time, and now sometimes I have a low 3 figure that makes me really depressed. I'm like, how did I spend this much money and now I can't? And I think it's just because college, we like to hang out all the time, like to go out to eat, and I've been trying that for the last few weeks, just not do that as much. I'm not doing a very good job, but I want to try.
See, I hang out at my house all the time. I very rarely go out. And right now it's probably because I don't have a job, but I still don't save enough money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now I'm living with 2 figures. So,
yeah.
Hopefully I'll be better at saving money.
The reason why I'm really excited about this episode, and I'm glad that you're hosting it, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. But
I know that.
Yeah, as you guys could probably, if the listeners would listen, then I'm not that great in saving my money. But I'm moving out, and I'm going to be joining the military, and I'm probably going to be going somewhere else out of the state
or country.
I'm wanting to travel the world. That's the reason why I'm going to the military. Is one of the reasons why, so I can go to overseas.
Go into the Navy then.
No, the Air Force. But I don't know how to save money right now. And so I think that this is really important to me, because next year I'm not going to have this, and it's going to be really hard because I'm going to be by myself. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's probably best for me to learn this now. I probably should have learned it a few years ago, but it's best for me to learn this now so that once I don't have to learn it when I'm by myself. When I'm by myself and I'm broke and I'm very depressed and I don't know what to do.
Well, then you can come and watch these YouTube videos.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And realize how good you had it back
Re-listen
then.
to.
All right, is there anything else you guys want to add for the rest of this episode?
Saving money matters. Woo, saving money matters.
one other thing that I just remembered that my sister told me was her savings method is 20, 30, 50, where 50% of, like, she'll take each of her paychecks and split it up. So 50% goes to, like, needed expenditures, and then the 20 and 30, she'll either either the 20% goes in savings and the 30% is for fun, or
Or
the
vice
30% goes into savings and she's got 20% for fun.
I think that's a good idea.
That's a really good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it'll just kind of change depending on what your needs are. But if like you're living in an apartment by yourself or with a friend, and your rent and food and bills goes over that 50%, you probably need to find a different apartment.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree with all this. And you listeners, if you have any questions or comments from this episode, you can comment on the episode that we put on YouTube, or you can tweet us at collegelife_RCC. So, also, please follow us on Twitter as well as Instagram. I mentioned the Twitter account previously, but our Instagram account is college_life_RCC. And if there's any of you listeners that would like to attend Redlands Community College, please visit the website at redlandscc.edu.
Don't we just have a bass outro?
No, we change it every time.
Well, we're not going to change it every time this time. We're just going to keep it with
Well,
the
he
Eminem
records the
one
outro,
and the outro.
and so I'm recording the outro on this one. That's why it's different.
Oh.
He's hosting this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we should just record an outro for all three of you. That way, when you host it,
Mm-hmm.
No, it's okay. Because I don't think that you're going to want to host one, are you?
I don't care.
Well, if you
it's
want to.
okay. You can host.
Are we done?
No.
We
Oh.
won't judge you. We'll judge Gabe.